Your liver might be in trouble and it is already giving you signs, but you are not noticing it. A recent AIM study revealed that 38% Indians have a liver disease. These are for people who get themselves tested. In reality, it could even be 50%. Every year, 4 lakh people die of liver disease and only 2,000 people are lucky enough to get a liver transplant. That is 0.005% of Indians. Watch this video carefully till the end because we will decode what the liver is, why is it the unsung hero of the human body, why the liver gets into problem, and what can you do to prevent it without giving up alcohol or sugar. Sounds interesting? Let's dig in. Your liver is about 1.6 kgs. It sits beneath your right rib cage. Your liver is also the largest internal organ. Your liver, guys, is a workhorse of human body. But you must be thinking, Prashant, heart bhi to workhorse hai, lungs bhi to workhorse hai, kidneys bhi to workhorse hai. This is where your liver is very different to all of them. Your liver is an essential organ, but it does not have any outside support. Recently, my best friend, her lungs collapsed. She needed a lung transplant. Till the hospital figured out a lung transplant donor, she was put on a ventilator. The ventilator served the purpose of the lungs till we got an outside lungs. It's the same with your heart. If your heart doesn't work or breaks down, you have balloon pumps, you have other ventricular assist devices which will help your heart sustain till you get a heart transplant. When it comes to your kidneys, you have dialysis. It supports your kidney. But when it comes to your liver, it does not have any support. If you don't get a transplant, you will die. In 2000, when I looked at the top 10 causes of death in India, liver disease was nowhere to be found. Today, it is the 5th largest cause of death in India. Of the total deaths globally, 18% of death because of liver disease happens in India. India, guys, is the liver death capital of the world, and yet we don't talk enough about it. Your liver has over 300 functions in the human body. The big one, guys, which I want to draw your attention is towards liver's effort in glucose metabolism. In today's world, we are overeating carbohydrate, which when gets into your body gets broken down into glucose, and this gets metabolized by your liver. We have something in our body called the glucose homeostasis. Your body wants to maintain a narrow band of the blood glucose that is circulating. Why? Because when you have excess of this will caramelize the protein, release oxidative stress, weaken your endothelial layer, which eventually leads to heart attack, stroke, and lot of other diseases. What exactly is a liver disease or a liver problem? Simply speaking, if you look at the liver under a microscope, your liver is made up of lots of cells. The problem starts when the fat starts accumulating in these cells. This is where you will have something called as a fatty liver. But how do you and I, the common person, know that you have a liver problem or your liver disease is progressing? Guys, there are some symptoms I will share with you which will tell you that you have a liver problem. After that, you can go and show your doctor. Whenever you see yellowing of your skin, if you have constant belly pain and swelling, if you have swelling in your legs and in your ankles, if you are constantly itching yourself in a normal environment, if your urine color despite proper hydration is dark, if your stool is pale, if you are sleeping well but you still find yourself constantly tired, if you always have a feeling of vomiting, you feel nauseous, if there is a sudden loss of appetite, if you fall down and you get bruised very easily, these are some of the symptoms that indicate you have a liver problem. Time to show your doctor. Personally, beyond these symptoms, I have my own personal rule to keep myself abreast on what are the other risk factors. One thing remember, guys, when it comes to organ health, your number one risk factor is age. So if you are a 25-year-old listening to this podcast, you are at a lower risk. If you are a 50-year-old listening, doesn't matter how good you think your liver is, you have a liver problem that is progressing. Number 2, easy hack is to take a family history. If there is a family history of liver disease, you are at a higher risk. Third thing that I do, every year I will get a liver function test done. There are transaminases like ALT and AST which can actually indicate if your liver is in problem. Ideally, this should be below 30. However, if they are 1.5 to 2 times, which is 45 or 60, immediately show a liver doctor or a hepatologist. you what are the top 3 causes of liver injury. Number 1 is what we call as NAFLD, non-alcoholic fatty liver disease. This happens when you eat excess of carbs or sugar or liquid sugar. Number 2 is alcoholic liver disease because of overconsumption of alcohol. And number 3 is infections. Hepatitis that we commonly talk about, it happens because of that. Today, we will largely be attacking cause number 1 and cause number 2. Let's look at NAFLD through the lens of liver. This means your liver is accumulating fat not from the consumption of alcohol, but from the consumption of food, largely glucose and largely sugars. In the US, because the data is very strong, I'm using that as a reference. Today, 26% of kids have NAFLD as a disease which was only seen in alcoholics or people who had very high infections, is today seen in overweight kids. It is very, very alarming. What can you do to prevent this? And the answers are very, very simple. Number 1, don't let your kid get fat, overweight or obese. Weight loss is your weapon against a liver disease. How do you lose weight? Done an entire episode with Raj Shamani on that. Please go and watch. Number 2, reduce the consumption of refined carbs, simple carbs. Why? When you talk of simple carbs or refined carbs, when it goes to your stomach, glucose metabolism gets accelerated. Immediately the glucose molecules will be broken down. All this will be sent to your liver for metabolism. Once again, if your liver metabolizes this, if you cannot use that for energy, your liver will have to play the role of directing your fat cells to use up all this, because your liver does not want more blood glucose circulating inside the blood. Number 3, sugar is your worst enemy, because sugar has 2 components. 50% of your sugar is glucose. It goes through everything that we just discussed. 50% of that sugar is fructose. Unlike glucose that can be used by your body for energy, fructose is not a molecule for energy use. Fructose is a molecule which was used from an evolutionary standpoint to store fat. All that 50% fructose from your sugar will get metabolized by your liver. Most of that will get converted into liver fat, which is we want to avoid. Your bigger enemy than sugar is liquid sugar, guys. Liquid sugar accelerates the process I discussed by 3 to 5 times. Fruit juice, milkshakes, smoothies, tea with chini, filter coffee with chini is liquid sugar. Come what may, don't feed yourself or your kid any form of liquid sugar. Remember the word that I am using, reduce it. I am not saying give it up altogether. The dietary guidelines that came out recently said that we should limit our consumption of sugar to between 20 and 25 grams a day and completely avoid liquid sugar. Moving on to the second problem of the liver, which is alcohol. When sugar production happens or alcohol production happens, both happens through molasses. Both are somewhere a byproduct of sugar cane. When it comes to the metabolism of ethanol, it causes a lot of downstream problems by overwhelming your liver. This leads to the creation and attraction of free radicals and inflammatory cells. Remember when we spoke about the progression of liver disease? This impacts the third stage, which is inflammation in the liver. So this is where it starts from because of alcohol as well. One standard drink contains about 14 to 15 grams of ethanol. This ethanol is what will go to your liver, will require metabolism, will lead to oxidative stress. I don't have any problem if you restrict your drinks to between 3 and 4 in a week. What you should avoid is, rather than having 5 drinks a week, you have 5 drinks in a day. It is the dosage that makes the poison. This is where I keep repeating, when it comes to your health, you are the CEO of your health. Why am I still in a very good mood today when I am talking about your liver? Because there is no organ like your liver. If you will notice, when you have a heart transplant or a kidney transplant or a lung transplant, the donor cannot regenerate that organ. But this is where your liver is a remarkable organ, a miracle. If a donor donates even half, or 2/3 of their liver to somebody else, their liver will completely regenerate itself in matter of weeks or months. That is how remarkable your liver is. The moment you think you have a liver problem, start taking action about it. Your liver will help you regenerate itself so that you can buy back all your health, guys. Everybody must protect their liver at all cost. But as you know, we need to protect every organ. Which is the organ that you want me to cover next? Share it in the comment section below. I will make a video like this one so that common man can protect that organ. If you like watching this video or videos like this that I do to create awareness around health, please subscribe to my channel so that I can do more videos like this and later even bring expert doctors on our chat so that we can hear from the best how to protect your health.